because of that movie, I was like, oh my God, there's other people that go through this. I didn't know I was stuck on a cycle until years later.
A lot of my ideas, my street aspirations came from being a young man, sitting down, watching that movie and like, man, you know what I'm saying? That's it right there. Like, what am I doing?
Right.
Sitting at home watching this, you know what I'm saying, when it's right outside.
Exactly.
And then when I went outside and actually seen it, it became a real thing. Like, this is really right outside my door. This is real. So, you know, what character do I want to be now?
Little Giants is a profound movie to me because back in my days, right, I kind of struggled with a lot of the things that them kids struggle with, right? That's the insecurity, you know, and watching that movie in the past and even watching it today, right, it still give me inspiration, you know, because for some reason I still have an underdog mentality. It never changed, I believe, right? Probably because, you know, the household I was raised in, the community I was brought up in times when struggling, when I used to compare myself to other athletes or other people in the world, it helped me tell myself that I was good enough.
I just went with Belly because for our culture and for our people, you know, I can relate to how we treat our Black women, the drugs, the peer pressures, the way we survive, the things that we do to survive. Right. You know, a lot of us live our whole lives trying to find that plug, that ox. My uncle was ox. Ox type of guy. My father was a hitman in the Black Gorilla family.
The reason why it ties so much into my life, and specifically that moment, is because I truly feel that there was a moment in my life where I had to confront my enemy, which was my own self, like the inner enemy within me, which is, I feel, the greatest enemy that we all have. It's like that feeling of, you know, those limiting beliefs that I had, the self-doubt, that enemy that was keeping me from living another life and reaching my full potential. So I feel like when he confronted his greatest enemy, the one that took everything from him, it was a moment when I was able to connect with, as far as I had to do the same thing, so to speak, but in my own way, with my own self, and that enemy being the other side in the mirror, when I had to confront that man and proclaim who I am with pride now. And then in doing so, like breaking the bonds that old me had on me. And so for me, that's why that movie stands out so much and I connect with.
For me growing up, I suffered with addiction. Still do. It kind of never really leaves you. You know what I mean? So seeing this movie, I felt really that it just tells a whole story of addiction based off of the younger generation all the way to her mom. And you see that, and you see the toxic relationships that it gathers, and then you see the love and the support system. For me, I've always wrote poetry. So right in the beginning, she tells her mom her poem. And they don't even dive deep into why she's writing it, what she's writing about. She kind of scans over it, right? So I feel like that, in a sense, was her cry out before she even touched drugs. You gravitate towards something that's going to make you feel good. And for me, poetry has always made me feel good.
When he said, you know, all I ever wanted to be was a gangster, like, that was my understanding. Like, oh, this is being a man. You know what I'm saying? Like being a gangster and being a man was two of the same things. They went together. And so, like, when he was like, yeah, the people that work, like, they were miserable, man, we was hustling. So I always wanted to be a hustler. I always wanted to be a part of the crowd, you know, a part of the brotherhood of the homies, you know what I mean? So when I saw that movie, I was like, okay, yeah, this is something that's like feeding to my story as a kid, you know.
They control my narrative. They abducted me. No warrant, no affidavit for my removal, and took me. They beat me for days. They hid me for over a month and a half away from judges until my injuries healed and they took me before one. I'm a dirty little secret. I've been here 50 years, and it's nowhere in the world that in 50 years of them doing this. I am the character in the movie that had a false narrative that we were both free. We were both free from the sadistic, brutal abductions of white supremacist Klans members. I survived this. A lot of the dudes that the Cowboys, Frank Hanratty and his team sent to prison, they done died out. Most of them done died. You know, I'm the last little dirty secret